Welcome back to another episode of the Tan and J-Man Show. I'm the J-Man. Sitting next to me in a different state is Tanner Lee. How you doing on this very nice May day?
Doing good, Jay, man. I didn't think it was going to be a nice day. It
Oh,
wasn't supposed to be.
yeah.
I guess it did start to rain here a few minutes ago, but looks like tomorrow's going to be kind of cruddy. But then Wednesday through Sunday, through Mother's Day, should be pretty nice.
Oh,
So I'm ready for it because it just seems like it's rained every day for like
yeah.
a month.
Welcome to spring, I
Yep.
guess. It's supposed to be really nice here tomorrow. I'm surprised it's not supposed to be nice there. It's supposed to be in the 70s here, sunny, beautiful.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my weather app's wrong. Maybe the chance of rain has gone down. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Checked.
I mean, I
So.
could be wrong too. As I've said many times on the show, I did take an intro to meteorology course, and so I can just kind of go tell you what the weather's going to be. But yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, one thing I hope you can't predict is this week's birdie or bogey, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping I've never gave you this one before, but I might have. I don't know.
what sport we
It's
talking?
baseball. It's
Okay.
baseball.
All
It's
right.
pretty straightforward. So you're either gonna get a birdie or a bogey. There's
right.
no multi answers or anything. Who has the most career home runs in the month of April?
All
time.
in a career.
All time. Yep.
All right, man, that's a good question. I have no idea. Man, good question. Birdie Bogey is brought to you by Arlington Public House for good food, casual atmosphere with great cocktails. Located 703 Main Street in Rochester, Indiana. Go check them out.
Yeah, let me see what they were offering over the weekend here. My computer's running slow, but let's see here. They had all you can eat fish again on Friday night. So, yeah, May 2nd was Friday. Yeah. So, yeah, looks pretty good there by the picture. They are doing a Mother's Day dinner coming up on May 10th from 4 to 10 at the Arlington Public House. Menu coming soon.
Sad
Call
to see
to
it.
call to RSVP.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there.
Happy early Mother's Day.
Yes, I guess it is on Sunday.
Today's Cinco de Mayo.
I took advantage of that at Chipotle yesterday.
With
they had a no free ads, but they had a I forget what the promo code was, but it got free chips and queso.
Was it Cinco?
I think it was Cinco 25. Now that you say it, which makes sense. Yes, it was Cinco. It was Cinco 25. So I'll be here if you need me.
What'd you get at that good Mexican fast food place that I'm not going to name because no free ads?
No free ads. I got the honey chipotle chicken, 3 tacos,
Okay.
3 flour shell tacos. Honey chipotle chicken was the meat. Then I got the cheese and fresh tomato salsa on the tacos.
All right, so you guys usually a taco guy, or do you get burritos sometimes? You get burrito bowl?
I'm a taco guy. I'm definitely a taco guy more than a burrito guy. Don't like rice or beans, which of course you don't have to have them on a burrito, I guess, but it makes it easy just to do 3 tacos. It's kind of my go-to. And I'd say that's this particular, which I've already mentioned the name, but no free ads. I'm not going to say it again. It's in one of my, I would say, I wouldn't say it may be the top of my rotation, but it's definitely in that 2 or 3 spot when it comes to fast food rotations. So yeah, it's super easy, pretty cheap.
Yeah, my wife and I eat there quite a bit, or get it to go, or pick it up. We don't actually eat in the restaurant,
Right, me
but
either.
we're both usually burrito bowl people.
Does yours have a drive-through?
Yep.
Nice. Ours does too. You just order on the app and go pull up. It's Beautiful.
Yep, so easy. So
So easy. Yeah.
saves money too doing it that way instead of
Definitely.
delivered.
Instead of getting
That's,
it delivered, yeah.
that's where they get you, the delivery.
Oh, I know it. We found ourselves DoorDash broke. No free ads. DoorDash broke here post wedding, but we've kind of curbed that now.
Yeah,
So
so easy to do.
it was hard to break the habit because it is so dang convenient just to
Hmm.
click a few buttons and you got food on the way, even though it's probably $15 more than it would be if you just went out and got it because our lazy
Yep,
bums don't want to leave the couch.
yep.
But yeah.
You're right. You're right. So, yeah, but we got a lot going on in the sports world. We got, of course, MLB. Now we're in the month of May. Still think it's too early to kind of pick pretenders and contenders,
Mhm.
but there's definitely some teams that are out of it already.
Yeah.
Rockies and White Sox in particular.
Yeah.
Uh,
Marlins, I would throw them in there too.
NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs. Round ones are completed now, so down to the semifinals for each conference. There's been some really entertaining series going on. Um, college sports world. I mean, the transfer portal is done for basketball.
Thank God.
It's done for football unless you're already in it.
Yeah.
Then it can go. It can go till July. Um, you do have. I saw there was 10 Big Ten basketball players invited to the combine. So I guess that's the next step, huh?
Yeah. And once, I mean, you had to have your name already in the portal, but once that I think it's May 31st or May 30th is the deadline to pull, or maybe it might actually be mid-June now is the deadline to pull your name out. I don't know when it is.
I'll look
Of
it up.
the NBA draft, but I think we'll see some more movement because a lot of players put their name in the draft as well as in the portal, and they're going to go through the process, and then so we'll probably see some more movement.
June 15th at 5 p.m.
That's what I
Eastern
thought.
time.
Okay, that makes sense. It used to be May 31st, I think. Um, so yeah, we'll see some more players go to different schools. Of course, they can't leave their teams if they have not already been in the portal. But it'll heat back up June 15th for sure, or even earlier. Say, I think the combine is next week, so I think we'll see guys pull their name out of the draft as early as next week, probably after they go through the combine and see what their draft grade is. If it's not good, we'll see some more teams picking up players, if you will. But I think Purdue's probably done, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Illinois is done as well. I think they're saving some money just in case the off chance that Will Riley decides to come back, which I would put it at 99.9% chance that he stays in. But they're going to definitely leave a spot open for him because he did not put his name in the portal. So it's either Illinois or the pros for him. But yeah, they're pretty much done, and I think we're both pretty happy, pretty pleased with the way our team's roster is set up heading into the next season.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So
No
yeah, I
doubt.
think Purdue will be a consensus top 5 team at least. And yeah, every sort of prognostication. And I think Illinois will probably be in that top 20-ish
Yeah.
range. So pretty good.
Yeah, I know Matt Painter spoke with the head basketball writer of Golden Black, Brian Newbert, last week, and he even mentioned like most of the Purdue's returning players could have got more money probably elsewhere,
Mhm.
but they decided to come back. And I think that says a lot of the culture
For
and the
sure.
opportunity to win and do something special next year. Um, and I don't know the details, but if I had to guess, he made sure, of course, Braden Smith, TKR, Fletcher Lawyer were taken care of before they even went out to the
Mhm.
portal to get some of these other guys. I think this was definitely the first year where money was in the conversation for Purdue
Right.
when trying to appeal to guys. I mean, it's not that Purdue doesn't have money. I actually think they have more money than a lot of people think they do. It's just they haven't gone out and really used it before. Um, but this year, it'll be interesting going forward if this year was more of an outlier year for that, or if that's the way they're going to have to do it a majority of years going forward. I don't know.
Yeah, the way it's kind of setting up, you almost have to at this point. Matt Painter's a heck of a basketball coach. I'd put him in that top 5 to 10 in the country. But I think he's going to have to start playing that game maybe a little more to kind of keep up. But he's proven that he can win with lesser talent as well. So they're the most fascinating team when it comes to college basketball, just because of that. I mean, you have all these I don't know if I'd say under recruited guys. Sure, under recruited guys, I guess. I mean, Braden Smith was a 3-star guy who was his second biggest offer.
Let me go look it up.
I was it like Butler after him or anything like
I don't
that.
even know if he got that big a one, to be honest.
And of course, he's turned into one of the best college point guards, one of the best point guards in Big Ten history at this point.
Let's see. On 247. Let's see. Let's see his offers here. Wow. His other offers: Appalachian State, Montana, and Toledo.
There you go. And I remember when you guys were saying to me, like, I think it was before his freshman year, you boiler nerds, as I like to call you, was saying, man, I keep hearing Braden Smith is unbelievable. And I was like, come on, look at his offer list. But I was wrong.
He did win Mr. Basketball his senior year in Indiana.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm sure other teams recruited him, but he did jump on the Purdue offer pretty early.
And that might have played a role too, because back then, just even 3 years ago, the landscape was so different than it is now. That teams kind of once a guy commits, teams usually back off, but that's not the case anymore.
No.
But then, yeah, I mean, obviously Zach Edey is an extreme case where he just turned into an absolute superstar, top 10 pick.
He was going to redshirt his freshman year if Matt Hartens didn't transfer to BYU.
Yeah, that would have been how good Edey was really highlighted how bad Matt Harms was, honestly. I couldn't stand the guy. I don't think any other Big Ten fan.
No, he was one of the guys you like if he's on your team.
Yeah.
But if he's not, you hated him.
I completely forgot he ended up at BYU and never really heard from him again, did you?
He had about the same exact stats as he had at Purdue. Yeah. I don't know what his motivation for leaving was. No idea. I know he already had his degree, but I don't know. Like, he was a good shot blocker, a kind of good hype guy, but that was...
Yeah, he didn't rebound much for being as tall as he was.
Could shoot a little bit.
Could shoot a little bit, yeah. But, Edey kind of... I would say, I don't know if I'd say change the Purdue program because they were already good when they got him, but being like a 1 seed sort of school. I mean, back-to-back years. Of 1 seed, so.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting come basketball season. The Big Ten's going to have a few loaded teams, I think.
Has Michigan State done much at all?
No.
They lost Hollowell to NC State, I think.
Yes.
Was it Holloman? Jeremy Holloman.
He's going to play for Will Wade.
Trey Holloman. I don't remember hearing anything about guys they picked up or anything like that. Michigan should be on paper a top probably 2-3 team in the
as long as that guy from UAB doesn't go pro.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Yaxel something. But again, I mean, we saw it last year with Indiana. You can spend all this money, but if your pieces don't fit.
Yep.
And I think I like Trey Donaldson more than I do Elliot Cadeau as their point guard. And he ends up at Miami, and Michigan gets Cadeau. They got Cadeau first.
Indiana will be fascinating because they're just a whole new team.
And pretty much besides DeVries, Tucker DeVries, of course, he was just at a mid-major 2 years ago.
Yep.
Majority of the roster is from mid to low majors, so we'll see how that translates to the show.
Yep.
And haven't heard much of anything about Ohio State. This could be a make or break year for old Deebs there.
On the football front, I saw a graphic today. I think the graphic was made from, I think it was an On3 like number or one of those sites, and that calculates a number of like how you did in the transfer portal and whether you improved or declined. 14 of the 18 schools they had improved. Purdue was one of 4 that declined talent-wise. Purdue, Wisconsin, USC, and Northwestern. And at first, I'm like, oh, come on now. But then I thought about the guys Purdue lost in the portal: Dylan
Yeah.
Thieneman, Max Clare, Will Helt. Those are three right off the bat I can think of, and there's three most talented players. So, and I don't think anybody they got are going to make up for those three guys.
Now,
So
I saw
you couldn't argue with that.
McShay had Max Clare in his first round for next year, and he's at Ohio State, right?
Yep. They'll use them well.
Yeah.
Yep. They tried to keep them all, but Thieneman went to Oregon, Will Helt went to Clemson. I think it was Cole Brevard, I believe, went to Texas. Yeah.
Can't really fault those guys,
No,
honestly.
and it shows you that they had some talent last year,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
couldn't tell by 1-11 record and getting teeth kicked in week and week out.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. Football is so hard to tell what a team's
Yeah.
going to look like.
Especially when you have a new coaching staff and all of
Sure.
that. I mean, you don't even know who's going to be week one starter.
Nope.
And that's the difference between college football and the NFL, where you kind of have to be significantly more transparent in the NFL,
Yep.
where you could not know who's starting up until Friday night of a college week.
Yep.
So you just won't know game one until, I mean, there's obviously going to be hints along the way. But you won't know for sure until that game kicks off, really.
Well, heck, Purdue's added a quarterback in their quarterback room they didn't have in the spring, even though they had him in the room last year. So, that competition in the fall is going to be a whole new competition now. So
Definitely. Yeah.
it's really interesting. But the Big Ten will have, Penn State. Stop me if you've heard this before, Josh. They're supposed to be loaded, and this is supposed to be their year. Even though, I know they made a college football playoff last year, but
every year's supposed to be their year, though.
They can't get over the Ohio State hump, and then Notre Dame beat them last year. Ohio State, of course, defending national champions, they'll be there. Oregon will be in the mix. Michigan should be good, even though I did see Moore, their head coach, could be suspended for 2 games.
He's suspending himself, self-imposed, and he chose against Central Michigan, and then I think they do play at Nebraska one of the games.
Okay.
So
Illinois should be good. They're top 15 in about every preseason poll I've seen. So
we'll see. We'll see.
I
think IU will take a significant step back. There's no way they can replicate.
No, I could still see them winning 7 or 8 games, but I don't see them winning double digits and making the college football playoff, let alone flirting with it.
Yeah.
The team that's going to fascinate me is Wisconsin.
Because
if they have another year like they did last year, Luke Fickell might be gone.
Yeah. And I don't think they've really done a whole lot to improve. Maybe they have, but he's gone away from the Wisconsin roots that Barry Alvarez kind of instilled. That rough, big offensive lineman, pound the rock 40 times a game, and now they're kind of throwing it all over the place, and that hasn't translated too well to that style. Maybe, stop me if you heard this before, for about every coach who struggled when it's in his year 3, just wait till he gets his own players.
Yeah.
Well, there's no excuse.
That doesn't matter anymore.
Means absolutely nothing. So.
Yeah. I thought that was a match made in heaven when he went there. He did so well at Cincinnati. He had turned down Michigan State a year or 2 prior. I think it was 2 years prior. So I thought, okay, he's really being picky. I think he wanted an Ohio State job probably, but that wasn't going to come to fruition. So took the job at Madison. I'm like, yeah, that's a program that all they do is win. And just so far in 2 years, I don't think the fan base is very happy.
No, I think they're disgusted by it, honestly.
Missed the bowl game last year, 5-7.
Yeah.
So it'll be fascinating. It's only May. Our college football talk will ramp up, I'm sure, in July. So, but NBA playoffs, I kind of said, we're past the first round there. Have you watched much, if any at all?
I've watched the same amount since last week's episode that I said that I watched on last week's episode, which was 0 minutes. So I've watched 0, but I obviously I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched any, and I don't really plan on it. I'll watch maybe once the conference finals start, I'll turn it on.
Yeah.
Just to have something on, because again, that's when it kind of starts getting fun. But the first round, just boring, my opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little trivia real quick, and then we'll dive into some NBA talk. But got the list of NBA champions up here. Who has the most championships as a team?
I would say that's the Boston Celtics, right?
Boston Celtics have 18 in 23 appearances.
It's pretty good.
18 and 5.
Pretty good
Pretty
win
darn good.
percentage. Yeah.
Pretty good. They went from 86 clear to 2008 without a championship.
And they're still leading.
Yep.
On that.
Who's number 2?
I'd have a hard time not saying the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right behind them with 17, but that's in 32 appearances. So they're 17 and 15.
They've gotten there a lot more then.
Yeah, they have.
But can't get over the hump. Well, they have been able to get over the hump 17 times. What am I talking about? But it's almost about 500 there, whether they win or lose.
Yeah, their longest drought was between 54 and 72 for championship titles. Then again, 12 years between 88 and 2000. But after that, they win every decade, at least once. Who's third? This is where I think the fun begins.
Third. Is it the... Oh, man. Is it the Knicks?
No.
Is it the Bulls?
Bulls? No.
Is it the... I'm trying to think all the teams that are playing in the NBA these days. It's not Houston, is it?
No. Pistons? Nope.
Sixers?
Nope.
Man, I stink. I do not know.
It's the Golden State Warriors.
Are you kidding me?
With 7 and 12 appearances. Well, you got to think they won in 15, 17, 18, and 22.
That's only 4, though.
Back in the day, they won in 47, 56, and 75.
See, that's where it gets me. The 46 and 50, whatever.
They also lost in 48, 64, 67, 2016, and 2019.
They were pretty good back in the day, I guess.
Yep.
So they have 7. So Bulls would be 4th then, probably.
With 6, correct. Never lost any.
Right.
They're 6-0, which is really impressive.
Haven't been there in almost 30 years, but...
I mean, it's crazy. Look, 91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. Nothing.
Yeah, Jerry's still living off those.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Who's 5th? The Knicks?
No.
I don't know.
Spurs.
Oh, didn't even think the Spurs.
5-1 in the finals in the history. Then there is 3 teams tied behind the Spurs.
For how many?
3.
That's got to be the Knicks, right?
No.
How many of the Knicks won? Have they not won many?
2.
They've only won 2? Shows how much I know my NBA.
They haven't
won in our lifetime, I guess.
They've won 2 and 8 appearances. They're 2 and 6.
Okay.
The Knicks haven't been to the finals since 99. They haven't won since 73.
There shows my NBA knowledge there.
Yeah.
3 titles. Miami Heat.
Yep, 06, 12, and 13. They are 3 and 7.
3 times these teams. Houston Rockets.
Nope.
No.
They're 2.
Sixers.
Yes, they are 3 and 6. Their last appearance was 01. Their last title was 83.
Pistons have to be one of them.
There you go. 3 and 7. Last title was 04. Last appearance was 05.
They lost the Spurs, right, that year in 05?
Yep. Then you already named the Knicks and the Rockets. There's one other team that has 2.
One other team that has 2.
And I'll give you a hint. This team's 2 and 3 all time in finals.
Have they been within the last 25 years?
Well, they're 2 and 1. Excuse me, 2 and 1. So they've won 2 of their 3 appearances. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Josh.
The last 25 years, they've won 2 or 1 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Going through all the teams in my head. Dallas?
No.
They've only won 1, I think.
They've won 1 and lost 2. Dallas, though, all their appearances are within the last 25 years.
Yeah.
06 they lost, 2011 they won, 2024 they lost.
Yeah. I don't know.
It is the Milwaukee Bucks.
I thought they only had one. I thought that was their first few
They
years
won
ago.
in 71 and 2021, lost in 74.
Shoot.
Switching it up a little bit, there are two. I'm throwing the Chicago Stags out of it and the Washington Capitals out of it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams who have made the finals but never won.
Pacers.
Pacers are 0-1.
Also the Lakers. Made the finals but lost. Oklahoma City.
Yes, they are. Where are they on here? Yeah, are they even on here? Yeah, they're all in.
Seattle, because I don't think Seattle won one either.
Oh yeah, Seattle won one.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, that's why they're. Yeah, because it says Oklahoma City's 1 in 4 appearances, so they're counting the Sonics appearances in
Gotcha.
78, 79 when they won, in 96 and in 2012. I'll give you that one though.
Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic 0-2, 95 and 09.
How many teams? How many more am I missing?
You got 3 more.
3 more.
You can do this. You can do this.
I can do it. The Nets.
Nets, yeah, lost. They're 0-2, lost in 2002 and 2003.
Yep. I don't think Minnesota's ever been.
No, they have not.
Portland's won one, right?
Portland has. They're 1 and 2. They won in 77, lost in 90 and 92.
Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz 0-2, lost in 97 and 98.
2 more, Josh. You got this.
One more, Josh.
One more, Josh. You got this. About the Clippers.
Never made it.
Never made it.
No.
Not even in the 80s.
No.
East or West?
West. One of their appearances was within the last 5 years.
Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, 0-3, 76, 93, and 2021.
All right.
So, all right, last trivia here. So you already named the Clippers and the Timberwolves. Who are the other 3 teams that never made the finals?
Hornets.
Hornets, correct.
So 2 more. These teams have never made the finals. Never made the finals. Atlanta Hawks? They've made it, right?
Hawks have made it. Where are they on this list? Hawks are 1-4, 1-3 all-time finals. They've won in 58, lost in 57, 60, and 61. I couldn't have told you that. Just like the Wizards are 1-3. They won in 78, lost in 71, 75, and 79.
New Orleans has to be one of them.
New Orleans Pelicans are 1. Yep. So more.
One more. Toronto won a few years ago.
Yep. Toronto's 1-0.
I already said the Clippers. Man, I don't even know what teams are in the NBA. It's one of those things.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Grizzlies weren't even on my radar.
The Nuggets are 1-0. Kings 1-0. Baltimore Bullets, when they were the Bullets, were 1-0. So, yep. There you go.
I like that. I like it.
There you go. So, do we see the Timberwolves make their first ever finals this year? Do we see the Thunder win their first ever finals this year?
That's a good question. It's a 6-7 matchup, isn't it, between Minnesota and
Golden State.
Yep. I'm going to say I think Oklahoma City could come out tight, especially against Denver, a team that's won it just a couple years ago. They have a 3-time MVP there. I think they're feeling looser just because they fired their coach, fired their GM. You kind of have nothing to lose at this point. And I think Oklahoma City ultimately gets it done against them. And if I'm Oklahoma City, I don't think I'd want to play Golden State, just with the
Mm-hmm.
kind of aura around them and all the winning they've done. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Minnesota. I think Minnesota has a very good chance to get past Golden State. Uh,
Which that'd be back-to-back years they make the Western Conference Finals.
yeah, which has been this is probably the golden age of the Minnesota
Oh
Timberwolves at
yeah,
this point.
yeah,
But yeah, I think Oklahoma City gets there. I mean, they're 72-14 if you include the playoffs. So it'd be real hard to win 4 out of
they play
7
really good
against them,
defense.
and they play fantastic defense, and that travels
Yep.
everywhere. I mean, you could shoot poorly some nights and still win just because your defense is so good.
It was interesting last night. Like, even though they lost a 7-game series as a 2 seed, everybody's like the Rockets gonna be back next year
Yeah,
because they're young and they're good at defense. Like nobody's worried about it. I'm thinking, man, you just never know though in professional sports.
yeah, and I think you picked Golden State to win that
Yeah,
series because of that
the youth
fact.
factor. Yep,
The lack of experience going against a
yep,
team that has an absurd amount
yep,
of experience, and yeah, I'm sure they're very disappointed, but on paper they should be really good again next year. But you just never know.
yep.
Injuries, you could have disgruntled players that force their way out. You just don't know. And same can kind of be said with the not said as far as they should be good next year because the Clippers losing to they lost to Golden State, right? No, they lost
Clippers
to
lost to Nuggets in 7.
Nuggets. Is James Harden this era's Tracy McGrady?
That's a good comparison. Um, at least Harden got there, even though he's the sixth man on the Thunder when they got there.
That was before James Harden was James Harden, though.
True. Well, here I'll take it one further. Whose career would you rather have, Harden or Westbrook?
That's probably a good comparison to put them up against. Westbrook, oh man, the longevity wise, I'd probably take Harden because
Yeah,
Westbrook's kind of
and Harden's bounced around, but not near as
he
much as
has
Westbrook.
not as much as Westbrook, and Harden's still playing at a high level where
Westbrook's
Westbrook
kind
is
of,
so he's a good role player who I think still thinks he's this superstar level guy, and
and
that's
he's
what
not.
kind of gets him in trouble.
Well, that and his 12-second shot clock style offense he plays.
Yeah, and he's not a good shooter. That was funny to see him hang on the rim for about 12 seconds the other night and kind of give old, a metaphorical or middle finger
Yep, to the Clippers.
to the
Now he's
Clippers.
going to try to do it against OKC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
been some
he's
good storylines in this
sure.
playoffs for both sides, East and
Yeah,
West.
you have the very young team that was good last year, but now they're the best team throughout the season. And can they get it done against a team that's been to the final, won a
With
NBA
MVP. Well,
championship,
with
a
three-time MVP.
three-time MVP, and they have some veterans there now. And then
Yep.
of course you have maybe the last run of Golden State with these guys getting older against a guy who they call the what do they call him? Do they call him like the King Slayer or the something Slayer and Anthony Edwards because he's
Yeah.
been able to knock off LeBron James and Nikola Jokic last year and all of these guys. He couldn't do it to Luka last season, but
Did this year.
Luka Doncic. Yes, that's a good point. He did this year. So I keep forgetting he's with the Lakers.
I know.
So he has that sort of mentality where it feels like he can will his team to win even when he doesn't play well because he can get in those guys' heads because he talks
Yeah.
so much
Oh,
trash.
yeah.
And that'll be a fun one to watch. The East, Pacers got a big one. You got to win that.
Yeah, 8.5-point underdogs and went in there and kind
Yeah.
of punched him in the face.
So Cleveland's one of those teams, kind of like Oklahoma City, where this is kind of their maybe year 2 of being really good, and maybe
Mhm.
they come out a little tight and nervous.
It's
and,
still so weird to see him good in our lifetime without LeBron.
without LeBron, yeah. But Donovan Mitchell's obviously a superstar. They have a couple other really good players there
Mhm.
too. So that was big for the Pacers to get that first one, especially on the road.
Yeah.
Kind of flips the series a little bit.
Yeah,
Now
if they can win it,
yeah,
if they can win it, that's back-to-back years they made the Eastern Conference Finals. And
Yeah.
they're a pretty young team too. So.
I know. So that's pretty good for them. And then the Knicks and Celtics will be the series the entire media talks about.
Oh boy.
On paper, it's probably the most boring in my opinion. People might say Cleveland versus Indianapolis because they don't have those kind of storylines that the Knicks and Celtics do with those players. But I'd rather watch that series any day than the Knicks and Celtics. It's
Yeah.
like watching the Cowboys Giants or something like that on Sunday
NFC
Night
East.
Football.
NFC East.
NFC East in prime time. That's kind of how it is.
Hey, call me crazy. I don't think the Knicks stand a chance.
I don't either. Pistons hung tough.
They did.
Man, all pretty much all 6 of those games were decided.
That's a team to watch out for.
3 points or less. Yeah. Jalen Brunson with a heck of a crossover move to hit the dagger, but he is one of the biggest floppers in the NBA, and he is a foul baiting merchant, which is kind of what SGA is for Oklahoma City too. They just throw their head back and hope to get a call, and a lot of times they get them. And I hate that style of basketball, but until they start enforcing different rules, then guys are going to continue to do that. But yeah, I think Boston handles them in 5 even.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all. I guess if I'm making my series predictions right now, I'm taking Boston. I feel good about the Pacers for some reason. I'm taking the Pacers. I'm going to take the Thunder, even though I think that's going to be a really good series. And I will take the I'll take the Warriors.
All right. My prediction, I'm going to take the Celtics. I'm going to take the Cavs. I think they bounce back. And then I'm going to take the I'm going to take the Thunder. I think they get it done. And then this will be the J-Man's Book It prediction of the week. Hopefully the series is over by next Monday. We're going to have to wait another week. I'm going to take...
I don't think it'll be over by next Monday.
It probably won't be. I'm going to take Minnesota to win that one. Back-to-back years that they make the conference championship, which, again, probably has never been done. Did they do it with Garnett?
I think he only got there once.
Yeah. Edwards doesn't have a ton of help. I mean, they have Gobert, who's okay, who had a really good series against the Lakers, but he's kind of hit or miss. Julius Randle, he's there. But I just think, Minnesota gets it done. J-Man's Book It Prediction of the Week brought to you by Travis Watchering Insurance Agency for life, home, auto, business, renters, workers' comp, and farm insurance. Contact Travis at 219-869-4561.
Thad Mooney has a comment here on Facebook. Knicks versus Celtics. Stephen A is going to have a heart attack when New York gets beat down.
Yeah. So Spike Lee and all those other New Yorkers, New Yorkers. I have my blind rank here that is NBA related. I just took 5 random players from different teams in the postseason that is left. And starting with Donovan Mitchell.
He's one of the young superstars of the game. He's put that franchise on his back already. I mean, heck, if he makes a championship, you can't put him in the same category as LeBron as a Cav, even if he wins one, because LeBron got there multiple times. I'm going to go with 2.
All right. Tyrese Halliburton.
The smoke detector's going off at my house. Apologize if anybody can hear that.
Your wife cooking down there or something?
She is cooking down there.
She's obviously.
I just thought to myself, I hope she could reach the smoke detector because I brought the step stool upstairs. I might get yelled at here in a second. Nope, it stopped. Okay.
She's just taking a towel.
Yeah, I guarantee you that. So I'm guarantee I'm going to get talking to when I get downstairs because I brought the step stool up and I completely forgot to take it downstairs today. Tyrese Halliburton, great fit for the Pacers. Great fit for Indy. He's clutch. He's a big time shot maker. Man, I think you got some good ones here though. I'll put him at 4.
All right. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Probably the MVP this year. Even though I could make a case for Joker for the 4th year out of the 5. And in that one year, he should have won it over Embiid, looking back on it.
Forgot about Embiid.
But I'm going to put him at 3.
All right. Anthony Edwards.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, I wish I would have. Oh, I should have put somebody else at 1. I don't know who you got. I'm going to put him at 1 because I don't know who you got next.
Jalen Brunson.
Oh, man, this is a tough list.
It was a tough list.
He's got to go 5.
You could honestly make all a case for all those players that won.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you could. I probably would have Halliburton back at 5.
Yeah.
Brunson, I'm okay with that 4. I put Edwards at 2, Mitchell at 3, and you're probably MVP this year at 1.
Yeah, that's probably the way I'd have them too. Although I can make a case for Mitchell at 2 and Edwards at 3 as well.
That shouldn't you each have your own step stools in the house?
It's a good point.
Yeah, probably not. See, the problem is what I usually do is I take the step stool and I unscrew the smoke detector when it's going off.
Oh.
And but she can't do that. I couldn't reach it either without the step stool. So yeah, I'm gonna get talking to for sure. For sure. But that is a good blind rankings this week, which is brought to you by Like It Is Every Week, Performer Print Suit Promo Group. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting, Performer Print Suit Promo Group has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response for all your print needs, so you need to look no further. Let them be your one source print and promotional company today by giving Barbara Van Weinsberg a call at 574-210-3815.
What else you got for me?
You want to get educated?
I do. I do.
All right. Let's see what sporting events have happened on this day on May 5th. All right. Bringing up the list for the first time here. All right. We got. On this day, 1904, Cy Young pitches the first perfect game in modern baseball as the Boston Americans beat the Philadelphia Athletics 3-0.
Wonder what their version of modern baseball is.
Couldn't tell you.
Before 1904, they had different. I know there was a dead ball era, so maybe it was the newer baseballs where guys were actually hitting homers then.
Could be. Your guess is as good as mine.
I have no idea.
On this day, 1908, the 34th Kentucky Derby was ran. Arthur Pickens aboard a 66-1 chance Stone Street wins in muddy track conditions in 2 minutes and 15.20 seconds, the slowest Derby in history.
It's been seems like it's always muddy down there.
Does.
It's definitely muddy this year.
Yeah.
For this one, but yeah, it seems like about 60% of the time it's a muddy track.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. A lot of Kentucky Derby. On this day, 1966, who won the Stanley Cup?
66. I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Montreal Canadiens earned back-to-back titles, beating the Red Wings 3-2 in OT and a 4-2 series victory. On this day, 1969, who won the 23rd NBA championship?
69. That's got to be the Celtics, right?
Celtics beat the Lakers 4-3.
It's probably one of those two. I think your wife's burning down the house.
I'm about to mute my microphone and yell down there. I probably need to go take the step stool down. She just texted me. You need to come take care of this. Josh, I'll be right back.
I'll pull up on this day real
All right,
quick.
I'll be right back.
All right. On this day in, let's see, where were we? We were in the 40s, I think. Maybe, no, we were in the 60s. On this day in 1969, the Milwaukee Bucks signed number 1 NBA draft pick, star UCLA center Lou Alcindor, also known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. On this day in 1973, the 99th Kentucky Derby, Ron Turcotte aboard Secretariat wins in 1 minute and 59 seconds. Fastest Kentucky Derby ever. Interesting factoid. Every single horse that raced on this past Saturday's Kentucky Derby was a descendant of Secretariat. Pretty sure it was Secretariat. I'm second guessing myself. 1978 MLB Cincinnati Reds. Pete Rose becomes 14th player to get 3,000 hits. On this day in, a lot of Kentucky Derby, as Tanner said. 1987, the Detroit Tigers are 11 games back in the AL East, but go on to win the American League East. On this day in 1995, the last basketball game at the Boston Garden, the Celtics eliminated from playoffs by Orlando Magic 95-92. On this day in 2021, Baltimore Orioles pitcher John Means no hits the Seattle Mariners 6-0 at T-Mobile Park.
We're back. No house burning down.
No house burning down. I just finished up the On This Day, and I'm glad you came back when you did because I do not have the read in front of me.
All right.
Mooney Woodcrafts.
On This Day is brought to you by, like it is every week, Mooney Woodcrafts. Mooney Woodcrafts is a veteran-owned and operated woodcraft shop based out of Texas with Indiana grassroots. They provide 100% hand-cut custom designs that fit your needs, and their pieces are a great addition to any home, office, or man cave. You can see some of their recently completed projects by visiting them at Mooney Woodcrafts on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you let them know the Tan and J-Man Show sent you, you get 15% off your first sign order. And I got a few things here that Thad sent me to show off tonight. Here's a gift he gave his wife here. Let me get the banner down. It's pretty cool. It's got a few different things that either she likes or they like together. So pretty cool there. If you're watching on IC Sports Network or YouTube, you can see that. And he's also starting to dab into hat. Like those are patches for hats.
So awesome.
He's working with that as well. So yeah, he's got this laser machine he's been using on top of his woodworking stuff. So yeah, he can do all kinds of things. So get a hold of Thad, and I mean, you're probably too late now for a Mother's Day gift, unless you want to give your mother a late Mother's Day gift. But you can always get your father something. Father's Day's right around the corner in June, and then it's got to be Christmas time before we know it. So, so yeah, so get a hold of Thad. You will not be disappointed. Real quick, go ahead.
I want you to fact check me because I'm pretty sure I was correct when I said every horse that raced on Saturday was a descendant of Secretariat, correct?
That's what you told me the other day. I didn't tell you that. You told me that.
No, Connor told us that.
Oh, okay. That's who said it.
I think I saw it on Twitter. I was just making sure it was Secretariat, and I got the horse right.
Secretariat.
I'm pretty sure, but now I'm self-conscious about it.
Secretariat. Every horse through 2025 Kentucky Derby is descendant of Secretariat. Yes.
Awesome.
Correct. You got it. Real quick before we get to baseball talk to wrap up the pod, since I put it in the description, I should mention NHL Playoffs still going on. Fortunately, my Avalanche just absolutely choked in Game 7 against the Stars, and they had their season in. Not only did they choke, but the player they trade away mid-season, Mikko Rantanen, who had been a Av for 10 years, they traded him to the Hurricanes. Hurricanes then, for whatever reason, traded him to the Stars. He not only beat him, he had an all-time game against the Avs the other night by having 4 points all in the third period. 3 goals and an assist. He got the last laugh.
Revenge is a dish best served.
Got the last laugh. So now the Stars are playing against Winnipeg Jets, who had a heck of a comeback and won in double overtime against the St. Louis Blues yesterday.
Scored a game-time goal with 1.6 seconds left?
All-timer.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Golden Knights beat the Minnesota Wild, so they're going to play the Edmonton Oilers, who beat the Los Angeles Kings. So they're in the West. You got 2 Canadian teams because the Canadian team has not won it since '93. So they're still trying to break that streak. Over in the East, you got the Maple Leafs beat the Senators. Maple Leafs haven't won a cup since the 60s. They're going to take on the Florida Panthers, who won it last year. They beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-1. And the Washington Capitals with Ovechkin beat the Montreal Canadiens, and the Hurricanes beat the Devils 4-1. So Washington's against Carolina, Toronto's against Florida, Winnipeg against Dallas, Vegas against Edmonton. There we go. It's say what you want about hockey, but hockey playoffs are very exciting to watch.
Yeah, they're exciting. They're fun.
Yep. Now take it away with baseball. Cubs and baseball.
Pretty good week for the Chicago Cubs. They went 4-2 on the road against divisional opponents. Won 2 out of 3 in Pittsburgh, 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee. So they maintain a 3-game lead over the Cincinnati Reds, who have played absolutely no one so far in their 18 and 17.
That could go over well.
I know. 4 games up on the Brewers, 5 up on St. Louis, and 9 up on Pittsburgh already. So they're playing some good baseball, but they have been hit with the injury bug. Of course, Justin Steele is out for the season with an arm issue. And then yesterday, Shota Imanaga strained his hamstring and is put on the 15-day DL. They don't know an exact prognosis, but a comparison could be. Last year, Justin Steele, same injury, with the mildest grade of hamstring strain you could have. He missed from March 28th to May 6th. So we're looking at a month plus without your ace, without your top 2 pitchers, which is not ideal whatsoever. But they keep hitting. They are number 1 in baseball in batting average. They're tied for second in on base. They're second in slugging, second in OPS. They're first in steals. They're 5th in walk percentage. They have the 5th lowest strikeout rate. They have the top contact percentage in the league. So you keep putting up 6-7 runs a game, you should be all right. But you can't depend on your offense to score 5 to 10 runs every game, kind of like they've been doing. They did get shut out yesterday, which happens. But you need some good pitching, and it'll be interesting to see who they bring up. Top prospect Cade Horton, who was their first-round pick 3 years ago out of Oklahoma, 8th overall, is dominating in AAA. He missed a majority of last year with an injury, so they're going to be very cautious with him. But he's checking every single box as far as promotion goes in AAA through 6 innings, back-to-back games. He has an ERA barely above 1. His walk percentage is down after the start of the year. His strikeout percentage is up. He has looked very, very good. He's holding velocity deep into games, hitting 96, 97 miles an hour in the 6th inning. His pitch count is up now. He threw 78 pitches yesterday, which is the most he's thrown, I think, in his career. Honestly, they're very cautious with young pitchers. So they won't need a 5th starter really until this weekend. And if they do bring up Horton, the first 3 batters he will face, if they do bring him up on Saturday, will be Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, and Pete Alonso.
Good luck, kid.
That's that's not exactly a soft landing, but they do have an off day Thursday, so they could push some guys up and have a significantly softer landing next week when I think they play the Marlins first part of the week, and then the White Sox the second part of the week. So we'll see what they ultimately do with that, but really like the way they've been playing. They're very, very what's the word I'm looking for? They are very they don't quit.
Gritty.
And gritty. There you go. Gritty's a good way to put it. Get down 2-0 against Paul Skeens after they had already lost on Wednesday. I'm thinking we're going to lose, 2 or 3 in Pittsburgh. That just can't happen. But they had 3 homers in the 5th inning off of Paul Skeens and grinded their way through and got him out of there in the 5th inning. And then they were able to blow it open against their bullpen. So that's just one example. And then they punched Milwaukee in the mouth. I mean, Milwaukee has dominated this series the past 5 years, dominated the Central really for the past 5 years. And Cubs found themselves up 9-0 at the end of the 2nd inning in Milwaukee on Friday. So it was kind of a, hey, we're here now. And it was very nice to see. Pete Crow Armstrong's development has been just massive. He's been, as of right now, I think he's number 1 or number 2 as most valuable players as far as wins above replacement goes in the league. I mean, he has 9 homers already, and he's a real scrawny guy, but he just hits the ball so hard, so exciting, playing like an absolute superstar, and they need him to continue to do that for them. But another tough week this week for them. It seems like it's been nonstop so far with the tough schedule where they face the San Francisco Giants tonight in Wrigley, who are 22-13, and they have to go out east to face the New York Mets in Queens.
Who are good at home.
Who have been very good at home. So it'll be an interesting week, and then the schedule lightens up a little bit. Actually, it lightens up significantly, but you still got to win. Like you still got to play. I mean, I know they face the Marlins coming up. They're 13-20. They face the White Sox next weekend. They're 10-24. You can say the schedule lightens up all you want, but you still got to go out there and beat them. And it's baseball. You don't know what you're going to get game in and game out, honestly. So just keep stacking wins, and they'll be in a good spot. Because as of right now, I think they're on pace for 97 or 98 wins.
Sign J-Man up.
Yeah. Sign me up. I'd sign up for 88 wins at this point. But elsewhere around the league, the AL East, they're all kind of jumbled together. Yankees are winning that division. They're only 4
Except the
games
Orioles. The Orioles are
over 500. They've really struggled. It's because they can't pitch, and their young players are not playing very well. Adley Rutschman's been terrible this year so far. Gunnar Henderson's been bad. But they're only 5.5 out, and we're only, a third of the, not even a third of the way into the season. So we'll see if they can bounce back. The Detroit Tigers have arguably been the best team in baseball. They are leading baseball in run differential. They are a game and a half up right now on the Cleveland Guardians. Royals are right behind them, 3 games back, and the Twins 7 games back. White Sox 11.5. Both are pretty bad. The American League West, the Mariners, who no one's really talking about right now, they are 20-13.
Look at the A's.
The Athletic, they look pretty good, T-Dog. 19-16, only 2 games back. Houston's right there. I think Rangers will be fine. Angels stink.
The reason I'm clapping at everybody is that was one of my 25 bold predictions that they'd make the postseason.
Yeah. Dodgers are winning the West by a half game. Game and a half up on the Giants, 5 up on Arizona, and 17 games up on the Colorado Rockies.
I didn't see this the other day. I saw a screenshot on X. I wanted to go watch it, and I didn't. PTI had a conversation the other day if the Rockies are bad for baseball. And I didn't get to watch it. So
they're not good for baseball at all.
They've never won their division, Josh.
Yeah, they've been around for 30 years now, right?
Yeah.
6-28 this year, and they might be able to rival
4-11 at home.
They might be able to rival the
2-17 on the road.
Yeah, Chicago White Sox record from last year.
Sell the team.
You got to be special bad. But not a whole lot else going on in baseball these days. I mean, May is kind of when teams start to separate themselves a little bit. And I think we'll see that. But I've said past couple weeks that May has absolutely killed the Cubs past 2 years. 8-19 in May last year, 8-18 the year before. So I'm cautiously optimistic going forward. But not a whole lot I can really complain about right now, which is a very rare occurrence over the past 4 years or so with the Chicago Cubs.
You're a boring follow on Twitter right now.
I apologize.
Yep.
I apologize. So.
Yep. But birdie or bogey this week, I want to know what MLB player has hit the most home runs all time in the month of April.
I don't know. I got to think it's somebody that's older, but at the same time, I want to say Aaron Judge. Even though he's only 33, 32, 33, I'm going to go with Aaron Judge because that's what my gut's telling me, but I know I'm wrong.
My list is top 25, and Aaron Judge isn't on there.
Exactly. So that was a bad guess. But it seems like he hits like 10 homers in April, like every single year. Is it one of the all-time home run leaders? It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
So is it like Bonds?
Bonds is number 2 with 117. He's one behind this guy.
A-Rod?
A-Rod's third with 104.
Ruth?
Babe Ruth is not on there.
Oh, okay. They might not have played that many games in April.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Albert Pujols with 118.
I knew it was somebody that played recent. That's why I went with Judge. That was the worst guess I've ever had on this game, and I'm embarrassed to even show my face anymore. That was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Thanks for watching the Tan and J-Man show. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. We'll have we'll talk next week, and Tanner will probably get his question wrong. I'll get mine wrong the next week. Then it's just back and forth. Next thing you know, we're both 15 under or 15 over. keep screwing that up too. Have a good week. All right.
clean your ovens, everybody.
Yes.